franchise community. We got our first deep dive into franchise mode for Madden 22, and I'm definitely going to give you my thoughts as far as everything we're seeing, but in a slightly different direction. We'll get to that in just a moment. Of course, before I do it, I'm going to remind you guys to subscribe if you haven't, cut on your notifications, and if you like, hit the like button. Now, just to provide some context, man, what you're seeing in this particular video, I cut out all of the gameplay portions. I don't know if that's going to help, but the reason why I did that is because the last reveal trailer that came out last week, a lot of us, when we attempted to upload it to YouTube, we were getting the copyright warnings and et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know what was causing that. So I'm trying something different here. I cut out the gameplay. Maybe that was the reason why it happened, as well as cut the sound off, and we'll see. Maybe this will get the same warning, so you guys might not even see this video as it's intended, but we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to dive into all of the things that was showcased here, man. A lot of this we already knew from, reading the blog last week, but I would definitely encourage you, go listen to this trailer yourself in its full entirety. I have a link down in the description. Definitely go listen to it for yourself and get your own understanding. Again, because I'm not breaking down each and every feature. I'm just going to take it from a different angle, being one of these veterans, if you will, in this community, just to give you my thoughts on what was done. And this is the big one right here. I will spend a little time just to say, listen, I've been waiting for this forever. I've been waiting for this forever in Madden to come back and return. Full scouting, a scouting staff, and just, an overhaul of what we had for so many years. And we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. We know that this won't be available at launch. It will be coming later in September, but this is big. This is big, especially if it functions the way it's being advertised. This is huge. We've been waiting for this for years. And again, if you're in the franchise community, you know that this is one of those features that has been one of the top requested features for many years. So that's huge. And that's a win for the franchise community. Now, in terms of everything that's being done, man, this is what I want to talk about. I know everyone is not going to be happy. Everyone's not going to be overjoyed. Everyone's not going to be excited, and that's fine. But I always like to put things in perspective. Again, a lot of you guys have given me the respect, and you respect what I say because of, my experience with Madden, right? You guys know my connection that I've had with EA Sports in terms of, being invited all the way back in 2012, I believe it was, to come down and give my feedback on the game. So I have a different level of understanding as far as how things work, not only just from a development standpoint, but like I said, you guys continue to hear me say, I kind of know how it seems to work from a corporate standpoint when it comes to Madden. So each year, I look at the game differently in terms of, okay, did they address this, and that, which will let me know where they might be going. More so than looking for 100 features in a single cycle. I know that's not going to happen with a Madden product. That's just not how they operate. When I say they, I'm talking, again, corporate. I'm not talking about development. I'm talking about corporate, those guys who decide what they are going to allow the devs to do. Right? So to be honest, what did I say? I've been saying this for weeks now. It is not going to be a win for them in terms of franchise mode unless they deliver everything that was promised last year after Fix Madden franchise came out. I've been saying this for weeks. You guys who follow me on the podcast, y'all know I've been saying this for weeks on Sim Standard Radio or Sim Standard Podcast. I said radio. I went all the way back in the day. But I've been saying this on the podcast with Smitty for weeks. If they do not deliver all of those things that they highlighted as things they were working on for Madden 22, it's a fail automatically. And they have delivered those features. Now, of course, the real test will be once the game is out, not necessarily the beta. When the game is out and there's multiple hands on it and we can test everything, the efficiency of it will ultimately determine how people feel. But like I said, I didn't expect them to deliver all of these features because I know the ins and outs, especially with next gen Madden launching last December. I knew that was going to automatically shorten the cycle. So I was very concerned about Madden 22. I didn't know what they would actually be able to do. And it looks like, hey, they delivered. Now, there's a lot left to do. Remember what I said a couple years ago. All you need to do is pull up Deuce Douglas's blog from a couple years back and keep working off of that list. And that's it. You don't need any more feedback from me. Keep checking things off of that list. So clearly, if I'm referencing Deuce Douglas's blog, you guys understand what I'm saying. There's still a lot left to do. But again, there's no way that you could have expected so much to be done for this one single game. And that's the point I always try to make and try to keep everybody, relative. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to love it. You don't have to hate it. However you feel is how you feel. I'm not telling you to feel a certain way. I'm just trying to give you perspective. This is great to see in a single year for a franchise that has been moving at a snail's pace when it comes to franchise mode. So to see franchise get so much attention in one single Madden cycle, there's no way you can look away or turn your head and say, oh, they didn't do anything. Because I'm already seeing that. I'm like, huh? We talking about Madden. We're talking about the same Madden that every year most people are saying, oh, Mutt gets all the attention. That don't seem to be the case for Madden 22. Again, I'm not saying you're supposed to be satisfied. No, there's a lot more to be done. The feature that you wanted in franchise may not have been addressed. But what I am saying is you have to look at this and say, okay, I see where they're going. If they continue going in this pace for this next year and the year after that, then whoa, maybe franchise will be that deal again. And that's what I'm saying. If I'm judging it based off of Madden 22, there may be some things to look forward to in the future. That's all I'm saying. Now, like I said, whether you hate it or love it, we don't know yet. If you guys decide to get the game, because y'all know me, I never encourage anyone to buy or not buy. I don't do that. It's always up to you. But if you end up playing the game, then you make your determination as far as what was done, what was delivered. But I'm just talking on paper. There's no way you come away from this and say, oh, franchise mode ain't get no love. And if you were expecting 10 features, it's just not going to happen. It doesn't happen like that in a single cycle. You have to remember, Madden is so far behind in the eyes of most of us, it's going to take a while for it to catch up. And that's the thing you have to always keep in perspective. If the game has been severely behind, how soon do you think it's going to catch up to some of these other games with the depth that they have? So that's all I'm saying, man. If you are a franchise guy, this is what I encourage you to do. If Madden floats your boat and you're able to have your fun, because I've expressed to you guys many times, we have a 32-man league that we've been able to have fun with. I sat out for Madden 21 in terms of next gen because I just needed a break. But it looks like I'll be coming back for Madden 22. And if that is your fishbowl, find your fishbowl and swim in it. If it's not, don't. But if you are a franchise guy and if the game appears to be, improving slightly or however you want to judge it, I encourage you to continue to give the feedback. Because obviously something has changed within the culture and the interworkings of the corporate structure that has allowed this to be the focus for Madden 22. We haven't seen this in a long time. We have not seen this in a long time. You cannot turn a blind eye to that. If you are one of those people that have been fighting for years and offering feedback, you made a difference this time, at least for this year. We'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, that's all I got on it, man. Like I said, I'm not going to break down, and I didn't break down the features. You can definitely listen to that, yourself, watch the trailer, read the deep dive when it comes out, and we'll see. It's still TBD, but again, I have to give EA credit for sticking true to their word and to, at least move in the right direction of restoring the faith of the franchise community and doing right by us. And we'll just see how things progress going forward. Last thing I will say is I am definitely glad to hear them say that they will be adding content throughout the year in terms of the coaching trees as well as scenarios, because that's something that I think they definitely need to deliver on, because you don't want it to get stale. You don't want to continue to keep seeing the same scenarios. That's in the beta. I've noticed that it's but so many, and I've started, 2 or 3 franchises with different teams, and it kind of follows the same script. And I get that, but my hope would be that they would deliver more content. And I'm glad to hear Connor did say that in the trailer, that they would be doing that. So we'll see how all of that unfolds. But outside of that, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, cut on your notifications, hit that like button. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.